Hey y'all, today I'm coming to you from Texas and I wanted to talk to you about my favorite non-alcoholic beers for the month of March. And today I'm actually wearing my Oktoberfest t-shirt, even though it's not October. Although it is very windy outside, so it kind of feels autumnal in a way. But it's always Oktoberfest as long as I have my beer. And it's been almost, it's been 10 months that I haven't had any real alcohol. But I have been enjoying my non-alcoholic beers. So today I want to talk to you about 4 of them for the month that I found interesting and sort of my review of them. So the first one we're going to talk about is this one. It's called Lagunitas. So it's like a small laguna. It's IPNA for non-alcoholic IPA. It does have a dog on it, a very small dog on the emblem, so that has to mean something good if you ask me. So let's check this one out, the Lagunitas IPNA. This one's pretty good. Although somehow it manages to not have much flavor, which is very odd. It's like a beer but with no flavor. I don't really know how to describe it. It's almost like beer water, if that could possibly be a thing. It's good, it's refreshing, but it really lacks flavor. So that's interesting. Now we're going to talk about this one called Rationale. This is the West Coast IPA, craft brewed. It is non-alcoholic. Okay, we'll see that. It has a little story on the back of it. West Coast IPA was the OG, but we crushed tradition and boldly crafted this hoppy brew without the booze, yet all the beerness. So let's see if that's true. It only has 65 calories per can, so that's a good thing. Gotta watch my figure. And I like how it has Mount Rainier on it. You can see that. It reminds me of Seattle in that sense. Let's check it out. It's from Oregon. Okay. Rationale. This one has a lot more flavor than the Lagunitas one. More like a dark beer. I like this one. It has a lot of aftertaste too, where you can really sense all of the dark undertones. This one's pretty neat, Rationale. Now, the third one that I had this month, I actually already had, but I don't have it here. But I had it at the Alamo Drafthouse with their new menu. They have a new menu that now includes non-alcoholic beers. So I'll talk about it, and I made a note of what the taste is so I can discuss that with you now. That one was very, very good. It was called Brooklyn Brewery Special Effects. Just delicious. Very flavorful, very fresh. I don't know how to really describe it to you, but I remember that I had it after I had the Athletic beer, and it was a little more full-bodied than the Athletic beer. And I always love Athletic Brewery. So this Brooklyn is, I think, giving it a run for its money. So I highly recommend the Brooklyn Brewery one. That was the third one I had this month. Well, technically it was the first one I had this month because I've already had these 2 today. So now let's get to the last one. This one is Old Milwaukee. Old Milwaukee. They call it America's non-alcoholic near beer. So it's almost a beer. but it is non-alcoholic. So Old Milwaukee, let's check this one out. Let's check this Amazon delivered beer out. I gotta tell you, for Old Milwaukee, some brand that's not really trendy or anything like that, this one is terrific. I don't know how to describe the flavor. Maybe a hint of chocolate in there with the beer. Refreshing, beer tasty, with something that resembles a hint of chocolate or caramel or some kind of sweetness. I wouldn't think I would like it, but I absolutely love it. Okay, I've made up my mind. So I have like a sort of top favorite beer for each month, and I'll do a quick recap. So for December 2024, Deschutes IPA Freshly Squeezed was my #1 favorite. And honestly, to this day, it's probably still my #1 favorite. January 2025, that one was the one where I was spending some time in Vegas, I think. The #1 in that case was the Heineken Zero. Wow, that one. Heineken Zero is just a big staple. You can find it at all kinds of stores. They give it to you for free at most casinos in Vegas. And it just tastes absolutely delicious. So that was the #1 for January. In February, I remember I was mostly doing varietals that I found in the Seattle area. And that one, my favorite was the Klaus Taylor. It's absolutely delicious. And for this month, I would say it pretty much goes in the same order that I showed you here. This Lagunitas, I would consider my #4 best. It's very refreshing, but I think it just lacks flavor. The second best was this Ration Ale, West Coast IPA. It was good. It had a little more flavor than the Lagunitas, but it didn't really blow me away or anything. The #2 best one for the month would be the one that that I've been having at the Alamo Drafthouse. That's on their new menu. The Brooklyn Brewery Special Effects. That one has extremely full-bodied and very, very flavorful, but also refreshing. But my #1, and I'm not really sure why, but it just is, Old Milwaukee. I really like the taste, and I like that kind of hint of chocolatiness that I can't really describe. It just surprises me and makes me smile. So there's something really special about this one. So these would be my top ones for March 2025. Now I am going to go and finish this one and enjoy my wonderful day here in Texas. But thank you so much for watching. I'll be doing more of these non-alcoholic beer run-throughs and reviews in the coming months, because apparently there's a whole bunch of these. I think at the end of the day, non-alcoholic beer, while it's still a little pricey, is not as expensive as, fine scotch or anything like that. So it is a way of sort of watching your budget while at least feeling like you're enjoying some alcohol. So that's kind of why I like non-alcoholic beer, why I talk about it so much. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me. We'll see you in April. Bye.